Hey guys, what's up? It's Robbie here with Open World Games, and welcome back to the world of Anthem. We've got brand new updates, especially about when to expect new gameplay to drop. Some new comments from creative director Brendan Holmes about suit classes, plus live updates, and also Diablo 3 influences. So let's dive into, first of all, when can we expect to see new Anthem gameplay? Because at this point, I know you guys want something brand new. So Brendan Holmes says this: we're just at the end of a milestone right now, so we're all pretty heads down, or at least that's why I haven't been as active over the past couple weeks. Beyond that, there are some broad topics that I can't really speak about right now: monetization, progression, PvP and PvE, etc. And usually the more specific question, the harder it is to answer. Smiley face. And yeah, so we should expect to see new gameplay at EA Play around June 10th, I believe it is. So look forward to that. But what's really interesting about that comment, of course, is he mentions PvP/PvE there, and we have not heard anything really about PvP. So it's going to be interesting if we learn more about potential PvP offerings at EA Play. So again, mark that on your calendars, guys. You're definitely going to want to come back here to Open World Games, because I'm going to have a breakdown of everything Anthem when the news and gameplay does drop from EA Play. I'm so freaking hyped, you have no idea. Okay, so also let's talk about those suit classes. So this is what, first of all, Dark Spartan had to say. So in the gameplay trailer for Anthem, it shows 4 javelins, the one the player's wearing, that tank one the other guy is wearing, the mystical one that came in near the end, and whatever Kim was wearing, I think it's the same one as the player. Are all the suits going to have a class like this, like a wizard javelin, a rogue, a tank, etc.? Also, is there any way you can tell me how the suits are obtained? Is it going to be like Warframe, where you have to build each Warframe, or like Destiny, where you get one at the beginning? All very good questions. Now, I am so interested in the answer. So this is what Brendan Holmes had to say about this. He goes on to say, yes, 2 of the suits were the same type. It was a Ranger Javelin with customization. Largely, the suits are like classes. Each has a personality. We want you to be able to bend it towards other playstyles with your choices, but not so much as to lose the identity of the suit. We're still figuring out some of the details on how specifically you'll acquire these suits. How would you guys like to acquire your suits? Would you like to actually craft them, build them completely from scratch, materials you find in the world? Or would you like to stumble upon them like in vaults? So there's a lot of different ways you can progress and obtain suits. We just don't know how you'll be able to do it, but it's really cool to know that each suit basically can be separated into different classes, so to speak. So you've got tank, ranger, different types of available classes that can cater to your play style, of course. The question is, what type of play style will you be? Do you want to be more like, I guess you would say, the wizard type, magical type suit, or the all-out tank type suit? Let me know in the comments below. But yeah, there were additional comments here about Diablo 3 influences and, post-launch stuff about live updates. So let's dive into that one right now. So, Biggie says this: when it comes to how the studio handles live updates, is it the case where there's one department team that handles live updates, while another handles DLC, expansions, and the sandbox? Or does everyone involved function as a cohesive group? I would think in either case, communication is key, as you pointed out, as you wouldn't want one team working on content that another isn't prepared to address in future updates installments. And Brendan says this: eventually will probably be split up more like that, with one team handling the day-to-day live balance, tuning, bug fixes, etc., and another teams working on near and longer term stuff. Teams are generally cross-disciplinary, though a lot of it depends on the type of content they're producing. most of this is really just speculation at this stage, as we're still working on the main game. The only thing I can really say with any certainty is that it's very likely that we'll be organizing ourselves differently when it comes to live. So yeah, they're working right now basically just to finish the game, wrap it up. Of course, 2019, that's going to be the release date of the game. But yeah, things would, of course, change, you would think, when the game actually releases and post-launch becomes more important than ever before. But I do remember previously, Brennan does really know how important hot fixes are to the game. That's what I think of first and foremost when it comes to a game like Anthem, is making sure that we will be getting hot fixes, which is basically if there's a problem that arises because of a patch or something or an update or anything, it can be instantly addressed, and you know, they can just nail down that any of the bugs. So I think that is going to be imperative for Anthem. I've said it time and time again. But yeah, also, it would be nice if they were able to somehow structure the DLC schedule and release schedule like Fortnite. Man, Fortnite has absolutely nailed it when it comes to this. I mean, there's always a new skin, a new update, constantly when you log in. It is absolutely insanity. So yeah, crossing our fingers they actually pull that off with Anthem, that, hey, there's a new live weekend event, there's new skin, there's new weapons that have appeared. Go find them in the open world. But what about the Diablo 3 influences? So let's talk about that one. So I think it's the Lion93 says, please dive into Diablo 3 for a great solution to this problem using ancients that have higher stat rolls and primal ancients that are progress locked with a small drop chance and have perfect rolls on all stats. Diablo 3 also lets you re-roll a stat on a piece of gear like the Division. And Brendan Holmes says, yep, Diablo 3 is already on the list of systems we've looked at, and he also does go on to say, so is Monster Hunter World. So they're looking at the best of the best in terms of games, especially recent games like Monster Hunter World. That game has sold like hotcakes again. But it's good to know that they are looking at Diablo 3 as well, which of course is extremely popular. It had a rough launch, but yeah, Diablo 3 is very successful for many good reasons. And of course, the Division did some things right with the rerolls and how they actually handled those systems as well. So it's good to know that they are looking to those games, and also so active out on Reddit and with the community, willing to listen to ideas, sit down before the game even comes out. Seems like Bioware is really in tune to what we want for this game, and they don't want to mess it up. Of course, they've seen what happens with, you know, games like Destiny 2 if you really mess it up, because their player base has basically completely dwindled over there with Destiny 2, which is a shame. It's still kind of going strong in some ways, of course, but it would have been nice to see that game release with, you know, more stability, less microtransactions issues, because that was such a shame to witness and to see. But yeah, they're really looking to those mistakes, and they don't want to make them with Anthem. But get active, guys, out on the Reddit, the Anthem Reddit, of course. Give your opinions. And also, by the way, we did start a brand new Discord for all things open world games, including Anthem. You can join us. Follow that link in the description below. Would love to have you guys out there. And then we could arrange some games in Anthem, play together, have a blast, and find all that rare loot. Now, with that being said, from this video, one thing I'm still extremely curious about is PvP, and I know a lot of you guys don't even want to see PvP in Anthem, and I kind of don't blame you, of course, because with a game like this, balancing is going to be very difficult. So I think that they would have to separate PvP and PvE in terms of balancing and stats and stuff like that. It'll be interesting to see if Anthem even has PvP. But from what I've seen so far, I've really enjoyed just the PvE gameplay and what it's looking like. You know, one game that really succeeded again with PvE was Ark Survival Evolved, and then Monster Hunter World. You don't really play those games too much for the PvP experience. But yeah, you know, it would be pretty neat to try PvP. But I think a lot of my core experience with Anthem, if it does have PvP, is still going to be in the PvE game world where I could just chill, relax, have fun with my friends, and just go after that loot. And then, of course, I do expect some more intense moments to arise with big boss battles, raids, and stuff like that. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned here to Open World Games for more Anthem news. I have you guys covered. We should be getting that news again at EA Play. Remember, mark that on your calendars, June 10th. But guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later, and take it easy.